We are closing out on the legislative session, so we wanted to make sure that our board members were aware of the status of the various bills that impact higher education. So we had a briefing on that. Some of the bills have managed to continue to run, some of them have been delayed, and some of them have gone away. So our board members need to understand that.
What is the outlook for funding for higher education, at least at this point?
Well, right now, higher ed has about an $18 million budget cut that's been proposed. At the same time, there's no money for deferred maintenance, and as you know, we are about $1.8 billion in the hole. On the other hand, TOPS has been fully funded by the House side. Now, what will happen next week on Monday is that it'll go to the Senate, and then the Senate will come out with its proposal. So right now, we're still $18 million short. TOPS is fully funded and no deferred maintenance, and so we hope that perhaps the Senate will help us out.
If nothing were to change, what kind of an impact would that have on higher education?
Well, what that means is, again, it's yet another $18 million hole that each of our campuses has to absorb, and they have been very industrious and very efficient, but at the same time, every time you turn around, we have more and more budget cuts. So it's going to impact the class sizes, the ability to have instructors who want to come to this state and faculty members who want to remain in this state. So it's always the student that gets harmed by these sorts of cuts.
What are other states doing in terms of funding higher education?
Well, as of 2008 with the Great Recession, everybody took a cut, but except for Louisiana and Wisconsin, everybody has been funding their higher ed closer to where they were back in 2008. So sadly, we remain at the bottom, number 50 or 49 in terms of funding per student at the bottom of the southern regional area, which itself is at the bottom of the national area. So we do more with less, as we say, but at the same time, it's getting to be we're doing less with less.
What kind of an impact does that have on recruiting for students and for faculty and also for economic development?
Well, the word is uncertainty. In other words, for all those three groups, if you're a student and you had counted on TOPS, maybe it's going to be there, maybe it isn't going to be there. Faculty members we know are either not coming to the state because of the uncertainty or are leaving. And at the same time, business and industry, they're looking for a trained and educated workforce. And if we can't produce that because we have insufficient funds to build the labs and hire the faculty, they're not going to come here. So unfortunately, it's a trifecta of the worst kind.